You're welcome to my YouTube channel, the only channel that teaches you about sewing machine problems and troubleshooting. If you're on this channel, please subscribe and hit the notification button so whenever I post my next educational content, you can have access to it. Thank you very much. And I really appreciate the love, man. I see the subscription is increasing, so that's a progress. Today, I'm teaching about the connecting mechanism of sewing machine, and we are using industrial connecting mechanism as case study. It consists of connecting rod and linkage arm, and this is what connecting rod look like. This is what you call connecting rod, and this one from here to here is the shaft that holds the connecting rod. You have one on this side and another one is on this side. This is what you call the lower shaft. To this particular point here where I'm touching, you have what you call the gear attached to the shaft, and then the connecting rod is also tied to it. Now this gear, there are two of them. They are called spiral bevel gear. The connecting rod connects all the way up and then back to the downside. You can see the one here is connected to the oil pump, and this means that every time the machine rotates even a little bit, oil pump oil to most part of the machine, and this is what you call the linkage arm. The linkage arm is mostly a crank gear. Okay, it's not like a rotating gear like the bevel gear you can see right there. And right here there are two kind of connecting rod. You can see this big one here is hollow. You can look at this one here. You can look at this thread right here, goes all the way to this place through the connecting rod, run through this side and goes all the way back to this stomach of the industrial sewing machine. Okay, this inner stomach of the industrial sewing machine, this is the place right here where you're supposed to be oiling this machine manually, because the industrial machine doesn't really take oil to that place. So the thread is supposed to be the thing, the only source that can take oil to that particular inner stomach, but the thread is not strong enough to soak oil back to that place. So you have to do this thing manually to keep the health of the machine perfect. So in conclusion of this video, just for review, animation and picture illustration might actually help most people than realistic video, right? So we're going to rerun most of the things that I've said in the video. Now this is what you call connecting rod, okay, and this one right here is what you call the shaft. The shaft is just a little iron that has hole going through it. It's called hollow. A hole going through it where the connecting rod itself will be attached to and tied to it, and on the other end of it there will be a gear on it. That gear is what you see on the industrial machine as spiral bevel gear. The reason why it's called spiral bevel gear is the way the teeth are cut. It is cut in spiral, they are not straight. They cut it in spiral so that whenever you want to transmit rotational motion from 90-degree angle, you'll be able to do it. And industrial sewing machine is like that. From this angle you have two bevel gear, and down here you have two bevel gear in order to transfer rotational motion from this place to this angle, from this angle to this angle, all the way back to the hook system. So this is how it works. Okay, now in this particular shaft, inside a particular shaft, there is always a bearing in it, but it's hard for you to see it because most of them are not actually ball bearings. They are actually magnetic bearings. So when you see something like this is what we call bearings, and right here we just call them bories. So for that reason, most of you will not be familiar with the name, but the real name is ball bearings. So you have them in your industrial sewing machine. If you want to study mechanical engineering, these are very important for you to know about. You need to know all this theory first before you start trying to practice with, real industrial machine or manual sewing machine. Okay, this is how the whole thing works. And when it comes to manual sewing machine, the most mechanical component of manual sewing machine, they do not function by rotating. No, they function by moving parts. For example, manual sewing machine uses crank mechanism, and crank mechanism is like having two irons like this standing side by side, and they have their own connecting rod at the upper side. The connecting rod is not mostly straight, so when one goes up, the other one comes down. And most manual machine also have this kind of handle, so that's also a crank mechanism. Thanks for watching this video, and please subscribe to the channel if you're interested in understanding sewing machine parts and how they work. And if you are interested in fashion tips, just subscribe to the channel and hit the notification button so when I post next time you get the video. You're welcome.